Measuring out his run. The umpires are measuring their reaction to that. Will this be construed as putting the batsman in the position of being in serious physical danger? That's even before Hadley's bowled a ball. It's almost been mandatory for rain or bad light to stop play here at Trent Bridge in this opening Cornhill Test match. And to the score, and he's bowling to Jack Russell.
Straight away on target. Well, Dickie was just wondering, shall I or shan't I? And he didn't. It's a maiden. Dickie's face was peering down his own corridor of uncertainty there, Raymond.
Well, I don't think he'd have had much hesitation in a one-day contest. I think it was probably wide in a five-day contest as well, but back's bothered him a bit this morning. Damp beds again.
Oh, God dear me, if you get down to calling wides and thinking about them, then... Oh, that's well bowled. Squared Atherton up. That's the first runs of the day, and lucky ones.
Well, this was pretty well bowled. I think Michael Atherton got forward quite sufficiently, and certainly the position of the bat coming through towards mid-wicket wasn't very good either. That was the main reason that he got the edge. If he could have kept the bat a little bit on straighter line, better chance of finding the middle.
That's well spotted. Jack Russell's first run of the morning. Every one of those figures is impressive, but none more so than the strike rate, a wicket every 51 deliveries or just under, and there's only a couple of bowlers in history who've bettered that without any sort of number of wickets. Fred Truman's one, Malcolm Marshall's another. Just look at that, 5 wickets in an innings 35 times and half the wickets in a game on 9 occasions. Once the man turned 30, he seemed to get better and better. That's 4 runs. Plenty of time for Atherton to watch that ball and steer it round, and that brings up the 200. Hadley went wider there, and Atherton picked it out well. Well, Russell hardly appeared to hit that at all. It was beautifully timed.
He plays amazing on the leg side. He seems to get so far around that he nearly drives the ball in the direction where it goes. And it really sped away to the square leg boundary there. See, that just boom, away it goes. It's beautifully timed. There's no backlift, no more than 6 inches. Not a big man, but it just shows that you don't have to be 6'4" to hit the ball hard.
That's that shot again. Really is an astonishing individualistic sort of shot, because he waits for the ball to come onto his hips and then just flicks it away onside.
Yes, it's perfect timing. No real backlift, just gets it onto the bat and then kind of pushes it away to square leg, and it really does speed away there.
It's well played. It got up nastily, that. Just a single to Atherton. So he moves on to 97, and total goes on to 220 for 5. And there'll be a change in the bowling now from the pavilion end. And so a new challenge to these batsmen, especially the left-handed Jack Russell, but Bracewell opts to go over the wicket. 3 fielders close up on the offside. A nudge. 1 run.
Richard Hadley being relieved from the Ratcliffe Road end. Martin Snedden going to take his place.
Another worker from Jack Russell. 227 for 5. Thought he's a volley, just close the face of the bat, and very often you can defend your way into poor nick.
Yes.
Then you need patience, Tom.
Yes, just snatching at that a little bit. I think he knew he should have hit it straight. And perhaps feeling a little bit nervous, a little bit keyed up. It's an important occasion for this young man.
That's Morrison at cover. Philip de Freitas turned out to watch his teammate make this progress towards a maiden century, he hopes. And that's it. Lovely shot. Cracking square cut by Atherton. Michael Atherton gets his maiden Test century. And the patience pays off, and the England team come out to applaud him.
He played that very well. Didn't get in a panic over things, just let the ball come onto him. And that really was a cracking square cut that brought him his century. It's been a fine innings by him. Tremendous concentration, application. Has hardly played a faulty stroke.
They're the two players who've carried England through to 231 for 5 this morning. Atherton with his first Test century. Russell, very competent display for 22. A long chase. Easy 3 there for Atherton. He's played equally well off back and front foot. Quickly into position.
He has lovely feet movement. Always has had from the first time I ever saw him play. He's balanced forward, rocks back, nicely balanced, doesn't try and hit it too hard. He keeps the bat going through the line of the ball. Well, he's definitely a good appealer, is John Bracewell. If he really thinks that might be given out by Dickie Bird, he doesn't know Dickie Bird very well. Pitched outside leg stump.
Well, I think I'd be looking like that too. It's been quite a bit of fumbling out there today by Ian Smith. Little outside edge. And a chance. Bracewell is unfortunate there. 242 for 5.
First ball after lunch. Morrison now to Mike Atherton. Priest starting his third over of the game, and I'm sure that Wright will give him an extended run. Lovely shot, open the face, chase, and successful. So 3 runs to Atherton.
Yes, Atherton doesn't try to lash the ball. He gets right to it and then times it, and lovely follow through. And so there's no way of catching that in a quick outfield, but John Wright just managing to make it in the last foot.
That wasn't a good shot, and that could have been out. Only contact there, could have been a top edge.
Yes, well, the few times that I've seen Michael Atherton play the hook shot,
There's a fine shot. Just pick that one off. And that's the hallmark of a class player, when he can be batting as long as he has in a defensive mood, and suddenly the loose one comes along and bang.
well, this is probably the best shot he's played in his innings, because he's played that shot on 2 or 3 occasions, but never as powerful as that. He really did time that to perfection. Gave it everything.
Beautifully timed, and really some of Russell's leg side placements today have been a delight to watch. Some lunches later than others. That's out. And the end of a partnership which has added 92. They've been together 41 overs. Splendid effort it's been. Russell's played his part as usual, but getting a leading edge gives much wicket. Russell goes for 28 and England 260 for 6. Well, Philip de Freitas, and he's already had a good test match. Well, there's holes in the field if you can find them.
The more we see of this young man, the more impressed we become. Tremendous performance. It's a good delivery because it was right over the top of the middle stump. He does the right thing and gets inside it and just helps it on. Coming in for a fair amount of stick at the moment. Now we've got a change in the attack. Morrison being replaced by Snedden. Snedden, who's bowled 33 overs for just 36 runs. And taken the wicket of Fairbrother.
His technique is good. Most good players. He's very strong off his pads.
At the top of the list there, Atherton has just carried on quietly.
Got 150 in his sights now, and depending on whether or not there's a closure, of even more than that. .285 for 6. That's 4. It's a good shot. All the exercises Richard has to go through these days. All sorts of combinations John Wright could use out there. He could bring Richard Hadley on Mark Priest's end and switch Priest to the pavilion end. I tell you, that's not the place to bowl to this young batsman.
Good all-round player, but particularly strong off his legs there. Flipping that away. Just wide of mid-wicket. A little bit in the air, but no danger at all. He timed it very well. And 4 runs.
May not necessarily be the best shot of the match, but he's not that far off it.
Beautiful shot, this. Little bit of swing away and beautifully balanced there. Hitting that on top of the bounce. It's not really a half volley. Just a little bit of width there. And a really fine stroke. 149 he is now.
$150 up for Mike Atherton. Last 50 have come in really good fashion. 300 up for England, 301 for 6. Now, those statistics for Michael Atherton, he's 151 not out, faced 380 balls, but his last 50 runs have come in only 69 balls. Safely held out at mid-off. Atherton has gone. 151. A fine innings. Only a small crowd here at Trent Bridge on the final day of this Cornhill Test. But he will receive the best possible acclamation as he comes back. Very good knock. First time he's ever opened for England, and he's made 151.
Yes, Richie, a terrific innings by Mark Atherton. Tremendous stuff. He couldn't have played better. Under a great deal of pressure with England at 45 for 3 at one stage. He's buckled down, and there are all the New Zealand players supporting him, and it really was a tremendous innings. And this is how he went, tossed up and hitting through the line, straight to mid-off. Not quite a half volley, didn't quite get underneath it enough. Straight to Martin Snell.
302 for 7 now as Gladstone Small comes out to join Philip de Freitas. 14 not out to de Freitas. 8 extras in that total of 302 for 7.
Oh, that's well clipped away there by Gladstone Small. Just leaned on that, flick, and the ball hurries away to mid-wicket. But that'll be an over that Mark Priest remembers. It's 306 for 7.
Yes, well, I can't see Philip de Freitas poking around too long with the spinner bowling. Have a look at him first.
Well, it looked to me as if he was poking about there, Jeff.
Well, I was just saying he was going to have a look at him first, but it's too late. He's had one look too many. Just played back, did Philip de Freitas, just sort of trying to work it a little bit to the onside, just turn angles in a little bit, hits him on the knee row. He's even playing across the line. You can only see the edge of the bat. I mean, there's no way an umpire couldn't give him out for that.
There's Eddie Hemmings. He's blossomed into a an off-spinner who bats less. But of course he's got 95 in a test match. That was against Australia. That's better, Gladstone. Prefers it with the spin.
That's it, Gladstone Small. Get the bat on the ball. Give him some welly. Enjoy yourself. Down the wicket. That's the way. No man out in the outfield. Sure, he'll get out sooner or later, but I think this is it. Enjoy yourself.
Yes, straight this time. Picked his place. I mean, it really looked good, didn't it, Jeff?
That's it, Gladstone. Whack him again. That's the way. We'll see a big smile. Yes, there's a little smile on Gladstone's face. He's enjoyed that. Down the pitch. Good, clean hit.
But the trouble with bowlers, you see, when they succeed with a couple of shots like that, they then think they can really bat, and they then start to open the face and ease it for two on the offside.
I also remember asking John Edrich about Pat Pocock's batting, who was an off-spinner for Surrey. He said he once hit a 6 and he's been trying to do the same ever since.
321 for 8. That's a good shot. Certain 3, they might even try to run 4. No, they'll settle for the 3.
Beautiful shot, that. Foot down the wicket to the pitch of the ball. He'll be telling his captain, Graham Gooch, tonight that he played a cover drive better than he did, seeing as Graham Gooch got naught.
14 off the over, 324 for 8. And that's how he did it. Now he's really picking them out. None of this prodding. Judged the length beautifully.
This is a cracking shot. Short of a length, he rocks back on that right foot, waits for the ball, that's the important thing, and times it absolutely splendidly. Rocking back there, crack, and he's hit that right in the meat of the bat with great timing.
Bracewell. Might be out. Oh, might be 4. Out. Beautifully caught and beautifully bowled, and as Railingworth said, when Hadley smells a 5-wicket haul, well, you just try and keep him at bay. And that was a nice little innings from Gladstone Small. He's a correct player and he plays straight and he's not afraid to go for his shots, but he's gone now for 26. Hadley's 4th wicket in England, 340 for 9. Now we shall see a slightly different approach from Devon Malcolm. Hasn't quite got the orthodoxy and correctness of any of the 10 batsmen ahead of him. Oh, well, there we are. Most delicate of cuts. Four good runs as far as Devon's concerned. Hadley thinks the ball went through the stumps. Ian Smith's got a smile on his face. Hadley hasn't.
Incredible how that could miss the stumps. Amazing, really. Lovely finish.
And with the umpires offering the batsman the light, the batsman accepting, that was the moment for Graham Gooch to declare the England innings closed at 345 for 9 to bowling from Gladstone Small. Small had been moving the ball into the left-hander, then he got this one to run away. It was a beautifully pitched delivery, drew right into the stroke, and Jack Russell's safe hands were there behind the stumps to effect the dismissal. No fun for a batsman coming out in these circumstances where he knows that the game is probably going to finish at 5:30, and Andrew Jones was the second victim. He was batting against Philip de Freitas, got one that at first glance seemed to go away off the seam, but in fact on the replay it was pretty straight. Jones played it with an angled bat, And this was an excellent catch by Jack Russell, diving away to his right in front of first slip, and a good wicket again for Philip de Freitas. That's the way it finished shortly after 5:30, 36 for 2 with Wright and Jones, the two men dismissed. Trevor Franklin played well, played a couple of handsome strokes on the offside and one delightful leg glance, 22 not out. And Danny Morrison, elevation for him. Some people in the New Zealand team say he's a genuine 11. He got in earlier today. Malcolm, 7 overs, none for 22. Small 1 for 14, and de Freitas 1 for none from 2 overs, 2 maidens. He's had a pretty good match, Philip de Freitas, and Eddie Hemmings bowled 2 overs of off spin, 2 maidens, none for none. The match situation.